Khamzat Chimaev, off nearly 2 year layoff, comes in there and stops Robert Whittaker in the first round with the neck crank, breaks that boy's jaw, gets the first takedown he shoots for. He looked absolutely unstoppable. Khamzat Chimaev, it's looking like he's going to get DDP in his next fight. Give me your thoughts on this, E, man. Absolutely stunning performance.
Mythical fighter unlocked. Stoic Khamzat Chimaev is on another level.
Antidepressants, Khamzat.
Nah, man. Daddy Khamzat, he got a kid now. Moving different, man. He moving different. He got his patience. He's not as wild as he was anymore. He's not jumping off rips, shooting straight for the double leg. He's taking his time. He let Robert Whittaker think this was gonna be a stand-up fight, and then bang, shot for the takedown up against the fence and just dominated for the rest of the round, man. That was a beautiful performance. Incredible, matter of fact. Dude came off 2 years. I know there was a lot of controversy on his way in. That's for another video because that was also kind of crazy. You know how Abu Dhabi does it. Abu Dhabi got that money, so they're gonna get their way. I'm sorry to say this one's for the haters because if Abu Dhabi paying, the UFC's gonna provide, bro. The UFC's gonna provide, and they want to see Khamzat, they want to see Khabib, they want to see Islam. After 2 years, man, he looked amazing. Dude completely broke his teeth. Did you see that picture? Did you see that picture that Robert
Yeah,
Whittaker
man.
posted?
It looked like he broke his jaw.
That was so bad, man. That's such a squeeze, man. You can imagine the squeeze because Robert tapped out before he even put that choke in all the way. I knew something was wrong because he tapped out way too quick. I've never seen a man like Robert Whittaker, who's an animal, who's a dog, one of the best fighters in the world, just tap out that quick, man. Unbelievable performance by Khamzat Chimaev. Shout out to that boy. A lot of people had him losing this fight. They said Robert Whittaker was too much of a vet. He had too much experience. Khamzat came out, got it done in 1 round. I did want to see him go 5 rounds. I do want to see him improve on that gas tank. But when you dominate like that, man, you don't need 5 rounds, man. Took him out in one. Beautiful performance. Very excited. DDP, where you at?
Yeah, man. Robert the Reaper Whitaker, to put it in context, in 20 plus UFC middleweight competitions, he's never been submitted. He's never been stopped in the first round. In 20 plus UFC middleweight competitions, Khamzat Chimaev is the first to do both of those things. He stopped him in the first round and he submitted him. Khamzat Chimaev, man, it seems like every time he fights, he's dominating elite fighters in ways that we didn't think these fighters could lose. Robert Whittaker got absolutely dusted off. He landed two significant strikes on Khamzat Chimaev. Robert Whittaker. You know what I mean? He's beating these guys easy. He took down Kamaru Usman in the first round, 10-8'd him, absolutely dominated Kamaru Usman in the first round. I mean, we've never seen grappling of this level in the higher weight classes, 185 or above. These guys, middleweight, 205, heavyweight, we've never seen technical grappling like this. This is like Islam Makhachev, Habib Nurmagomedov level stuff. None of every single person at 185 is going to be ill-equipped to deal with this level of grappling, man. They're going to have to pray that they get out of the first two rounds and Khamzat Chimaev gasses out, and then they could build their way back into this fight, man. He's looking like an absolute problem. I don't see how anybody can stop this grappling. If Robert can't, he's one of the best anti-grapplers in the UFC, regardless of divisions. And Khamzat Chimaev just made it look so easy, man. This guy doesn't have hard fights. Gilbert Burns is the only hard fight he had, and he didn't even wrestle Gilbert Burns like that. He just struck with him most of the time.
Yeah, man. I thought he was gonna do a lot of stand up, a lot of jab. Thought he was gonna use that a lot. Went straight for the takedown. Robert Whittaker is known to stuff a lot of takedowns. He's fought the best of the best in that division. The Yoel Romero's of the world, the Paulo Costas. Yoel is
Jacare,
Jacare wrestlers, except for Paulo Costa. Those guys are wrestlers, man, and they couldn't do much with him. They
Derek
couldn't do much with him.
Brunson.
We seen Ellis Carroll struggle with him last time
Exactly.
out. So Whittaker was a proven vet, solid
We've
all
seen
around.
Whitaker's grappling be tested time in, time out, and he's passed with flying colors. But against Khamzat Chimaev, it wasn't even like he has bad grappling. Khamzat Chimaev's grappling is just at such a level that these guys just can't deal with it.
That squeeze put him out, man. I can't believe like when you saw the picture, when you see that picture, you'll know how badly that squeeze went. Bro, this dude, his strength is next level. I'm glad he's back, man. I know the UFC is in a better place with him headlining these Abu Dhabi cards. I think he's definitely has to fight for the title next. Strickland and DDP running it back. Is that confirmed?
That has not been confirmed, but that has been the talks. But after that performance, man, they might have to sneak in Hamzat in there versus DDP first. Let Hamzat get his chance, man. He was number one contender at 170, couldn't make the weight anymore. And then they told him that if he beat Kamaru Usman, they'd give him a title shot. He dominated Usman in the first round. Usman's a vet. He survived, weathered the storm. He was able to make it competitive, but he ended up unfortunately losing the matchup. Chimaev never got a title shot after that. Instead, they gave him Rob Whittaker. He pulled out of that fight, and then they match him up with Rob Whittaker again. They finally get into the octagon, and Khamzat Chimaev shows these guys aren't on his level, man. None of these guys are in the 185-pound division. There's not a single person that's going to be able to stop that grappling. Maybe Bo Nickel, but he's too green right now, man. Khamzat Chimaev, it's open season for him in the 185-pound division. Dricus Du Plessis is a good champion. He's a good fighter. He'd be winning fights through plot armor, but it's not going to work against Khamzat Chimaev. You know what I mean? That plot armor is finished against the Daggy crew got the most plot armor. So I think it's over. He's not really Daggy, but you know what I mean. I think Khamzat
Actually,
Chimaev is the next middleweight champion, ladies and gentlemen, whether you like it or not. And that's full
yeah,
guard MMA. Oh, no. Go ahead. Add on to
yeah. I was
that.
gonna say DDP. The only people that really manhandled Robert Whittaker like that was DDP.
Yeah, straight up.
Adesanya knocked him out, but he couldn't finish him in the next
And
in
both
the
of these
rematch.
guys are the new generation, Hamza and DDP.
Yeah, it's Robert Whittaker's a fan favorite, one of my favorite fighters to watch, and a very lovable guy, very relatable guy. You know, he's a dad, all that stuff, gamer too. So very relatable. But this is a brutal game, man. Live by the sword, die by the sword. Robert Whittaker, DDP dominated him, man.
Yeah, man.
Ragdolled him.
Shout out to the Reaper. He'll be back in there, man. He's a savage. He'll definitely be back in there. It's not like he's completely done. He's an elite fighter still. It's not everybody could deal with this level of grappling, man. That's what it is. And when you can't deal with the level of grappling, the fight tends to look one-sided. Shout out to Khamzat Chimaev. He's, in my opinion, the number one contender at 185. I want to see him versus Dickless Duplessis, Dricus Duplessis. And let's see who the real king of Africa is, man. That's Full Guard MMA. We out of here.
Peace.